Does your money situation stress you out during the holidays?
In this video, we're going to go over some of the different ways that you can budget for Christmas so you're not strapped for cash the next holiday season. As it happens all the time, people overspend on the holidays and then they struggle to pay their bills for months afterwards. And we're here to tell you that there's an easier way to do this.
What we're going to tell you in this video isn't going to help you right now, but if you apply the plan in your life moving forward, we promise that next year is going to be a lot better for you financially.
The first thing that you're going to want to do is make a plan and decide if you're going to even participate in the holiday festivities next year. I mean, that's ground zero. Maybe you're going to be away at college or you're at work and you can't get the time off and you're not going to be able to come home for the holidays. Or maybe you just decide that you will participate, but you won't be hosting any of the gatherings and you won't be buying any gifts for people because it's not in your budget.
Believe it or not, both of these options are okay, and you don't have to justify yourself for doing it to those around you. If they want to question you and you want to say something, all you have to do is tell them that you're focusing on your finances and gifts or travels just aren't in your budget right now. People will understand, and if they don't, then they can piss off. But there's no shame in that because people are going to understand that your financial situation isn't going to be all that great when you're young.
If you do decide that you want to participate, you have to decide which festivities you want to participate in. Maybe you can't do everything, but my friends and family do the same thing every year, so it's easy to plan for and it's easy to budget for because we know exactly what we're going to do and how much it's going to cost on average so we can prepare for it.
If you want to participate in some of the functions, but not all of them, that's totally okay. Great example, my friends and I, we do a Friendsgiving every single year. And it's cool because a lot of the people that attend these Friendsgiving, we all grew up together. So it's a way that we can keep our friendship close, even though that we don't all live in the same cities, and it lets our children develop friendships also. Last year, unfortunately, I couldn't go because I had just gotten the first sergeant gig at the program that we were working at, and I wasn't able to get it off. So they had to do it without me, but it still went on and it was still great.
There's a ton of different festivities around the holidays, and a lot of them include different gift exchanges like Secret Santas or White Elephants, whether it's at work or at family gatherings, or just getting gifts in general for loved ones or friends. You got to figure out what you're going to be doing, and you probably need to do some homework and figure out approximately how much it's going to cost you and which ones you need to skip or not skip in order to stay within your budget.
Let's say that you're 18 years old, you want to attend Christmas and Thanksgiving, and you want to get gifts for your immediate family, which includes your mom, your dad, and 2 siblings. Let's say that you also live an hour away from home, so you have to travel for both Thanksgiving and Christmas, but you can stay at your parents' house when you visit, so you don't have to pay for lodging or food when you go back home. You only have to pay for fuel.
All right, so based on Phillip's example, it's going to cost you probably $50 in fuel round trip for each trip. So $50 for Thanksgiving, $50 for Christmas, and you want to spend $100 per person on their Christmas gift. And since you're shopping for your immediate family, let's say that's $100 for mom, $100 for dad, and then $100 total for your 2 siblings. If you add it all up, you're going to have a total of around $500 of what you should be spending just to go to the holiday festivities and have a couple of presents to give out.
The next part is simple. You're going to create a savings account for your holiday spending. This is where you're going to save your money to reach your savings goal of $500. We both like having our savings accounts at different banks than what we usually bank at because it makes it harder for us to get the money, which is a good thing because that helps reduce the temptation to spend the money on things that you don't want to be spending it on.
So I personally love this. I've been doing this same exact thing for years, for about almost 13 years now. So when I first got married, I wasn't making a lot of money and I had a brand new kid and we didn't have any money left over because we were just struggling to pay bills. And I was like right out of college. My job wasn't that good, didn't pay a whole lot, but we were paying the bills, but we didn't have any extra money to buy gifts for each other or for our newborn. I mean, they didn't really care. They don't remember it. But like our Christmas tree looked like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree, if you even know what that is.
They don't.
I barely know what it is. That's old people stuff. So it was a barren tree. They had no presents under it. And it was pretty depressing, right? So we just got some empty boxes, wrapped them up, made it look a lot more, you know, a lot less depressing. So anyways, That year, I decided I'm never doing this again. I can squeeze off $50 a month and put it in a savings account. And then the following Christmas, I had, if you do that for 12 months, you have $600. And $600 makes you feel like you're rich at Christmas time compared to $0 at Christmas time, right?
True.
And I knew I didn't want to put any money on a credit card because that just makes your situation worse and it compounds a bad situation. So unfortunately, a lot of people do that. But having that extra $600 was huge early on. And it took a lot of stress off my marriage. And I'll tell you what, not being stressed out about money when you're married is a huge deal. That's I think the number 2 reason why people get divorces. So I've kept that same exact mentality, and every month I just put away, it's more than $50 now because I got 2 kids and, expenses grow as you get older. But anyways, for all the different things, when it comes to the holidays, whether it's buying presents or baking cookies or traveling or whatever it's going to be, that little bit of money I put away every single month that I don't really miss makes a huge difference at Christmas time.
Yeah, it really does.
After you open up a savings account for this, which by the way is super easy, and if you need help figuring out how to open up a bank account, make sure you check out this video that we made, how to open your first bank account. We added the thumbnail somewhere on the screen, and yes, once you open up your savings account, it's time to start adding some money to that account for your holiday savings goal.
We recommend dividing your savings goal by 12. So if your savings goal is $500, then you need to save about $40 a month. Your goal isn't to immediately save $500 because that isn't doable for a lot of people. What you're going to do is you're going to try and save that $40 a month into your holiday savings account. $40 a month is a lot more doable than just paying $500 right up front or paying it during that holiday season because you didn't save up for it.
If your employer has set up a direct deposit payment and you control where your money goes through an online portal, we suggest having this money come directly from your paycheck and going into your holiday savings goal account. If your employer doesn't do direct deposit, you can still set this up with your bank account to do automatic transfers to your savings goal account, even if it's at a different bank. It's not hard to set it up. It's actually very simple.
Taking yourself out of the equation and making your savings automated is the best thing that you can do to help keep you on track for your savings goals. Once the holiday season shows up, you go to the bank, wherever you're saving your money, and you pull it out in cash, and you spend that on your holiday festivities.
It does take a little work to get this stuff set up, but it's well worth it, and your future self is going to thank you for it. The holiday season is expensive and stressful for a lot of people, but if you prepare for it, you at least won't have to be as stressed about your finances when the holiday season comes around.
Yeah. And why we tell you to pull that money out in cash is because it's going to help you stay on budget. If you go and you just swipe your debit card, that's the easiest and most common way that people go over budget during the holiday season. So use the cash, spend it, and stay on your budget. And then if you like this video and you want to watch some more like it, make sure you watch our next video, which is 3 reasons on why you're broke.
And we'll see you in the next video.